Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to Fear the Walking Dead. Okay, I loved getting a Daniel episode, but I'm very, very nervous about what that means going forward, how they ended it. I'm interested to see what's really going on with Wes, you know, kind of come into the tower and everything like that. And as per usual, I'm interested to see who we're going to focus on this week. Let's get into it.
I've got some concerns about how you're running this place. You're only as good as your partner.
I mean, I shouldn't act surprised every time they throw somebody off a roof, off a knee roof, but you know, it's a look. Oh my god! Did they get
a few of my own?
A trial of some kind? I feel like they don't.
It's never gonna work, John.
Why not?
Because the only voice Victor Strand listens to is his own.
And he has a yes man like Howard who won't question it.
June? I'll be right in.
Oh my god.
I think I'm done.
Not with her level of exposure.
Where? Who had one?
How?
Wow. I don't think Howard is part of a resistance. But if we're just throwing people off the roof for having walkies, you know, live by the sword, die by the sword.
Got some concerns about how you're running this place.
Oh goodness, is this gonna, I don't know how this is gonna go. Is it gonna go well? Is it not? It's probably not, but oh no.
You're weak! You wasn't mine! I swear! You no longer fit that description, old friend. Wait! Stop! End up, please! Someone planted the walkie! Regardless of how it got there, I can't believe a word you say until I have proof.
Well, Strand doesn't really trust anyone.
You're gonna get it from me. Infants don't just vanish into thin air.
She wasn't in her crib when I came to check on her.
I'll find her. Retrieve her by sunrise. Or I'll finish what we started on the roof.
Wow. I will find her.
Wow. I do, like, yeah, you know, I think that Howard probably should get thrown off the roof, but I don't think that he's against Strand.
You think I want that kind of heat? The baby went missing shortly after you showed up here.
Of course I'd be the first person he'd suspect.
Do you know something, June? Do you know what Mom is?
We both want the same things, John.
Oh?
As if we take out Strand.
Ooh.
You're gonna sneak her out.
I didn't say that.
Strand was right. The resistance is real, and you're part of it.
Wow. Okay.
What the collection you got here, Howard?
Look, I don't got time for this. I have to find that baby.
You surely do.
Never struck me as a family man.
Why not?
Well, let's just call it a general lack of compassion.
And this coming from a man who abandoned his own son.
I'm not talking about me right now.
Okay.
Strand mentioned wife.
We're just throwing insults.
I forged it. Suddenly all those papers that had been praising me were smearing my name.
Oof.
One day I come home, my wife's at the door. She said I was more concerned with making history than I was with making a life for her and my son. But this place, I have made history here. My wife and boy are out there somewhere. Look, I'm not proud of everything I've done here.
You shouldn't be.
But if it all leads to my family finding this place, then it will have been worth it. So that would mean everything I've done has been for nothing.
Well, yeah, also how are you going to explain to your family that you just, like, threw random people off the roof because they had a walkie?
How did you know?
Your boots. Travel down there gets muddy when it rains. How'd you hide her?
Does it matter? Morgan is posted up about a half mile away. He's ready to take her as soon as we get her out.
Oh my god! Oh! Oh! That sounded like it hurt. Okay.
We need to give Mo her best chance.
She has it. Here, now. And Victor, the walkie. I planted it now. It's wrong.
That too well.
It was the only way I was going to get Strand to listen to me over Howell.
He's done it before. I knew that Howard is. I mean, come on. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like that thing's not going to. I mean, love how it conveniently fits that, you
I'm
know,
going to go for the gun.
opening, but I
With your life.
don't think it's gonna hold.
What are you going to do? I'm not leaving. I gotta get back. Oh. Whoever helped you plan this little escape, get him down here to help us. I don't have much time, Jim.
Oh, so he's trying to secure like as much as he can, a good future for everybody. Oh, John.
Grace. I need some help. How did it happen?
Bringing Charlie back from that building. He must have got exposed to the same thing she did. I was careful. I was quick. It still got me.
Yeah. Oh.
You'll be able to control Strand. Victor.
Caught Grace in the elevator on the way down.
Great. This is
Wouldn't
going
say
well.
why.
It's not what it looks like.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, he's back to being a dick.
Told you I'd find her.
You didn't find her. He did.
Ah! Oh, that smug look just vanished. It vanished. It went away.
Sonny. Out. Push him over the edge.
What?
You heard me.
Oh, heal!
Because I planted that walkie.
Oh boy.
You see, Victor?
Oh god, he's gonna be impressed by it.
Wow. Oh, you will do. Unless you want me to bring June up here.
No.
Oh my.
Grace.
Oh great.
But you did the same to others. For far less.
I mean, true. Is this happening? Is this happening? Is this? Oh my god! Oh my god!
I wouldn't worry about him too much. Our stuff's found them months ago. They've been turned for a long time, so it seems.
You knew his wife and son were dead, and you said nothing?
Wow.
His
Wow.
apartment is all yours. You can move in immediately. You're only as good as your partner. Well, here's to a great partner together.
I'm not sure after that he wants to be. You just threw your former partner off the fucking roof. I mean, you didn't technically, but you know, like, okay, okay. Oh boy, we're okay.
I thought you were off the sauce.
I was.
Howard certainly has no use for them anymore.
Certainly, seeing as he splatted on the pavement outside.
Why so loud?
So we're not overheard. I don't want what happened today to happen ever again.
Are you ready to listen to those ideas I mentioned?
I have some ideas of my own.
See, this is the thing.
Mother's dead. Grace is, standing.
So, how do I fit into all this?
When I want your counsel, I'll ask.
You were never going to listen to what I had to say, were you? As I told you before, everyone needs something to drive them, John. It will outlive you. It will be your legacy.
Oh.
This place isn't my legacy.
Oh, shit.
She is.
Oh. You're about to lose your baby, Strand. Not your babe. You know.
Morgan, you copy. Stay where you are.
Is he gonna try to make the journey? Because he doesn't have much time left anyway. Oh my god, John. What? That's a look. That is a look. Okay.
A lot of things I got wrong in this life. This won't be one of them.
Oh.
You need to go, John.
It's never too late.
Oh. Oh my
Thanks for
god.
helping me remember that.
Oh.
Where is he? Where's the baby?
Gone. Oh, hi Howard. It's nice to see you again.
Still looking? For what? Partner.
Okay.
There's an old antenna in storage. Bring it to me.
Friends may forsake me.
Let them all forsake me. You're sent from heaven,
And I know your worth.
I was curious what happens to them now.
This is the way.
Oh shit.
We need to move. Yes. Why not?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Take care of her, Morgan.
I will. And thanks, John.
When I'm old and gray, dear, for I love you so.
Oh my god.
Sonny.
Oh. Okay. Whew.
And if you take a step into this place,
I will kill them.
the offer to join me still stands. I need good people here to help me secure the future of this place.
For I love you so, Sonny boy.
Wow. I have a lot to say to that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, there's so much there's so much to go through. The first thing that I do want to say is that this is weird to say, because it's weird to say that you like the fact that there's, you know, we have people dying of radiation poisoning. I don't like it. I don't want to lose John. Obviously he died otherwise, but he was heading in that direction, or Charlie, in such a horrific way. I mean, looking at Charlie was absolutely terrible. The thing is that I do like that they are showing consequences to what happened last season. And, you know, because everything that happened, I think it's important to note, like, that it is dangerous. There's a reason that the tower is so, you know, people want to live there, people, you know, and I just wanted to say that. I don't like it. I don't like seeing characters that we care about go through that, but I like the idea, and it really showed a lot of John's motivations in this episode. What I actually really liked was kind of the discussion between John and June, and kind of having these two different perspectives on what is best for Mo, right? And you know, there were points on both sides of it, you know, as much as you know, it really comes down to whether you think you can get through to Strand, right? Or to whether John can get through to Strand. Is Strand too far gone? Yeah, I don't really think so, but I think, well, we'll get to Strand in a second, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think John really has had time. You know, I think the strategy of I become Strand's right-hand man and eventually, you know, kind of change the way that he's thinking or whatever, it's not something that's going to happen overnight, because Strand is dealing with a lot of paranoia and just a lot going on with that, right? In this immediate moment, there's no way, you know, and I'm sure that there's plenty of people who think that, you know, it doesn't matter if he's too far gone or not, or if you can redeem him or not. He's done enough damage. That's what it is. But, you know, I think that's it was kind of, I understood what he was thinking, though, you know, particularly when he shows that he's got the radiation burns too. It's like, you know, out there isn't safe. It doesn't matter. You could be as careful as you want. You can do this, you could do whatever it is. It's not safe. So we need to make this tower work, and I understand that approach. Do I think Mo is better off with Morgan than Strand in the terms of raising the child? Sure. Do I think it's a safer environment in the tower? I would say for Mo, you know, it's hard to say that the tower is safe because people are just keep getting thrown off the roof. You know, but we have seen these other characters not really know, you know, not really know where to go, not really have a safe place. Things just keep getting harder and more difficult and everything like that. And so I actually liked seeing that. I love when the Walking Dead universe kind of shows these kind of two solutions, and you can kind of see, at least I can see, where both John and June were coming from. You know, June is like, Strand is not going to change his ways. He's not going to, you know, he's obviously being very ruthless. He only listens to himself. He's not going to listen to you, John. Like, it's nice ideally, but is that actually going to happen? Will he ever listen to you? You know, think about, as us as viewers, think about how long it took Strand to have a trust and relationship with Alicia and or Madison. You know, I think that you know, it was a long process, and so, you know, it's not something that can, in my opinion, happen overnight, especially when, you know, let's talk about Strand for a second. Let's talk, because you know I have to. You know I have to. You know I love Strand. I know that's not popular, but I love him. The thing is that Strand is not stupid, okay? But we're going to talk about some things that he probably is not doing slightly correctly, in my opinion. However, he knows that a good portion of these people in the tower that were from his former group and everything. We've got June, we've got Grace, we've got Wendell, we've got, you know, he knows where their loyalties lie, right? He knows that they're probably going to be way more loyal to Morgan than him, and even John, you know, like he knows that. So he doesn't trust anybody. I'm also going to say that having, you know, Morgan sneak in and try to poison him, and then Morgan, you know, send Charlie in to do this crazy mission as well. You know, like, we've got he knows, you know, like it's as much as I do think that the his paranoia and all of that stuff will probably lead to at least to possibly his demise as leader and everything like that. You know, I don't think he's like crazy to not trust anybody, you know. As much as John might have the good intentions, and I think he did to say, hey, let me be your right hand man and we can it's get to the point where this tower is a safe place, is a good, well-run place, you know. I don't think it's strange for Strand to be like, well, yeah, but if you get the chance, wouldn't you just completely throw me overboard for, you know, Morgan to come in or to do things your own way or whatever. In my opinion, I don't think it's crazy for Strand to think that. However, you know, if he's going to do certain things, like throw Alicia's dear friend, however you want to call him, just right off the roof to make sure that people stay, you know, somebody like Alicia, who he has a significant relationship with, stays, you know, it's like, it's hard to have people be loyal to you when you're not loyal to people. And this is where here's the thing. As soon as they found the walkie, right? And I understand that the Strand is very paranoid. Okay, I would be too. I'd be like, absolutely nobody here has my back, okay? When people, hopefully you guys get what I'm saying with this. When people see you, as soon as you find a walkie in your right-hand man, most trusted advisor, most, you know, whatever you want to call Howard, as soon as people see that they found a walkie and you within minutes are hanging him off the roof and saying, I'm about to throw you off, that's not going to make anybody think being loyal to you is a good idea, right? Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, Howard of all people, who I have thoughts on, but like, you know, Howard of all people, and obviously I think that was a big, you know, turning point for John in looking at Strand and how he dealt with Howard. He's like, you have to throw him off the roof. Somebody who's been absolutely loyal to him, and somebody who's, you know, in my, you know, with, even when John admits, like, I planted the thing. And to see Strand get way more intrigued because or impressed that you planted something and you know, you went that extra mile or whatever it is. And to be absolutely okay with throwing somebody overboard who has been nothing but loyal to him. You know what I mean, guys? Like, I mean, it's not like anybody's lining up. Like, well, apparently Wes is. But like, you know, it's not a ton of people are lining up and going like, yeah, I'd love to be your right-hand man. You just, one little thing goes wrong and I'm flying off a roof. Now, I have no real love for Howard. Just let me be clear. But I'm just saying, it's not the best strategy to instill loyalty. Not that maybe he thinks, you know what, loyalty is far gone. Nobody's trying to be loyal to me, so I just need to, you know, dig it up at the root and get rid of it. You know what I mean? Listen. But I do find it interesting. I find it interesting that there's kind of a couple of things going on. Has Strand done some not great things? Sure. Yes. Does he absolutely have every reason to be paranoid and not trust anybody? Yeah, sure. You know what I mean? So I find it all interesting. I'm interested. I still, you know, I know we saw the ending bit. I'm still interested to see where Wes's head is at with everything. With Strand. I don't know. I'm interested to see them interact a little bit more. Because I think, you know, it's also who is, I'm not saying, sorry, I'm not finishing my thought. I'm not saying that John wouldn't have eventually been able to get to Strand. I think he possibly could have, or whatever, but it's just, like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. And I do think Wes is a good guy. I think it's definitely better to have Wes on you know, beside Strand, I mean, than Howard, because Howard, you know, with even a little ounce of power or ounce of whatever, things going his way, he turns into a complete douchebag. He goes with everything that Strand says. You know, like, I just don't think that that's who Strand needs by his side by any means. And I think maybe Strand actually knows that too. Which is why I was so fine with, you know, throwing him off a building. I'm just saying it doesn't look good when, you know, you're the person who's been the most loyal to you, and within seconds you're just like, okay, bye. I mean, it just doesn't instill like that loyalty with leadership. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Strand, I love you. I might be one of the only ones who do, but like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, Howard, okay. The whole thing where he's just like, with his family. That's another thing. Strand's not even telling him that his family's dead. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I don't think that made it. You know, I was not. It was interesting to get a little insight into how he was able, I mean, it really seemed like that was what was keeping him going, and that was what he was basically saying, like, you know, I need to secure this place and make this place something good for the future for my family, like all that stuff. I sort of get it, but it's just like, how are you going, maybe they wouldn't find out if they ever made it to the tower or whatever, but how are you going to like justify the fact that you just literally were throwing people off a roof because you found a walkie? And like nobody, it seeing as they were pleading for their lives and saying, oh, it's not mine, is it like whatever, which it might have been, I don't know. But I'm just saying there's no trial, there's no trying to figure out whatever. It's like, oh, found a walkie, you get thrown off the edge. So as I said, live by the sword, die by the sword, or live by the roof, die by the roof. You know what I mean? Or off the roof. Howard's getting so upset. He just threw you know, or like collectively, people threw people off the, you know, off the roof for just having a walkie. Well, if that is the rule, well then you had a walkie. They didn't get to plead their case. Those people didn't. So, you know, like, and I absolutely, it was completely true what John said. He's like, you're throwing people off the roof for far less. So, see ya. He didn't really say it like that. And I think he actually did feel bad after the fact, but, you know, at some point. And then as soon as he finds John and June, it's funny because he seemed a little bit like humbled for a second, you know, where he's just like, no, I'll find the child and I will prove my loyalty to you. I will, you know, all of this stuff. And then as soon as he finds John and June down there, he's back to being a smug little asshole. It's just, dude, just take it down a couple notches, a little bit. A little humility might go a long way for you. Maybe not with Strand, but for everybody else that thinks you're a complete douchebag, you know, anyway. Oh my goodness. John. That was, it's just so, it is sad. I really loved his character. And it's nice that he went out kind of saving a child and, or at least giving the child to Morgan. And I mean, now we're at this point, that now that Mo is no longer in the tower, like, we're gonna go to war, I assume. There are other people he cares about in that tower, though, so I don't really know. I don't really know how this is gonna go, but I'm absolutely sad to see John go. It was definitely sad. But as I said, it's weird to say that I like the fact, but that there has been consequences with characters, with the fact of all of this radiation, you know what I mean? You know, I'll be completely, you know, eating my words or whatever if it turns out like Daniel is the next victim of it or whatever. Or Sarah. You guys know how I feel about them, but it's just, I do think that it's good to actually show that there are consequences to everything that happened. And I'm very interested to see where this is gonna go. I think I'm very interested to see Strand and to see how he handles everything that's coming his way. Because he's got a lot of shit coming his way. He's got some, I think, cards stacked against him. And, you know, Alicia said, we're going to war. We're going to war. You know, and then just with these people who he knows there's people within his tower. I mean, like, you have to think that if there wasn't a resistance before, there is now, because you keep throwing people off the roof. Like, they're like, where'd my neighbor go? My neighbor, like, you know. Where'd my neighbor go? Oh, they got thrown off the roof? Because they just got thrown off the roof. And I understand that it could have the effect of like, okay, don't fuck around and be part of a resistance and you keep your hands cleaned and you don't get thrown off the roof. You know, rule by fear. Okay, sure. Maybe that would be, but you know, eventually somebody's going to be like, well, I wasn't part of a resistance, but you know, you threw my best friend off the roof. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. Again, I think it's really interesting, the dynamics and how Strand is kind of, in a way, choosing to lead or also like self-preserving, you know, like it's really interesting to me. I find Strand's character arc very fascinating this season, and I just can't wait to see more. Yeah. All right. I think that is about it. If you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you are here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.